Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of KAILASA serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. KAILASA's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivoham, KAILASA has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of KAILASA is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasudisham Tattamasyatilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Nithyananda, all of you.
Jannam.
After this beautiful, powerful revelations by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramahansa, we'll be now entering into the power manifestation and we'll be manifesting the power of third eye. So let's get ready. Requesting all of you to switch on your cameras, be available in the cameras. Make sure that you have the eye band with you to cover your eyes. Just take a moment and cover your eyes. And requesting everyone to please switch on your cameras. Ma Mahabhairava, Ma Parabrahm Sarupni, Shri Lingodvanaya, Kvi Shin Yuvangaya, Wei Hui, Ma Yoga Trinetra Shakti, yes, Ma Shamamuls, Wei Su Singh, Ma Harilena, Ma Aghur Sarupni, Ma Ananda Param Shakti. Yes, all of you are welcome. Please switch on your cameras. Yes, thank you. So let's enter into the power manifestation. You can cover your eyes and let's get ready. As we just received the powerful cognitions, revelations by the SPH, sit with an intention to manifest the powers, to radiate the powers, the state, space, and being of Paramashivoham. Visualize Swamiji in his face and invoke his presence with deep gratitude and surrender. Drop everything at Swamiji's feet. And start chanting the Mahavakyam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep chanting the Mahavakyam. Keep your eyes closed. Let's enter to the sound of power manifestation. The image is now being projected on screen. Let's begin.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham
Now, slowly, very slowly, please remove your eyebands. You can open your eyes. Slowly remove your eyebands. Open your eyes. And from the space of oneness, let's start sharing what Samji revealed to you. Yes, Nithyananda, if the audio is clear, please let us know. This link will be shared. Thing blue, green. Thank you for sharing. Ma Anman shares beach, water, sun, orange, color, brown, yellow. Yes, thank you.
In this power of the third eye vision, seeing the images blindfolded. Please take a moment and share.
Mahaparabram Savarupani shares the blue ocean, the red house, and green trees make it look like a picture of Saint Kitts. Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Huh? All right. So let's bring back the image once again on your screen. So we can verify our manifestation. Yes. So this is the image that we had projected. So it's quite clear that it's a image of some island. The focus is on the table, but we can very clearly figure out that it's a looks like some islands, beach, resort. You can see a small island where the trees are there, and of course the vast ocean, this blue sky, and the chairs made of wood, the glasses. So yes, and small fringes of the dry leaves somewhere on the hanging from the top. So yes, this is the image that we had projected.
Yes, so we had Sri Nithyananda that was sharing something blue and green. Definitely I. So we can see the two main colors here are blue and the green in the background. So yes, thank you very much for sharing. Congratulations for manifesting.
Monument beach, yes, definitely we have the beach. Water is just filled with water. Sun, sun doesn't look like sun because even though the image is blurred, looks like it's cloudy. Orange color, brown, yellow, brown definitely. The table and all is brown, yellow, and yes, yeah. Thank you, Ma, for sharing. Beautiful.
Mahabhairava shares red and green. So we definitely have the green Ma, and we have shades of dark red as well. So yes, thank you very much for sharing, Ma. Congratulations.
Yes. Mahabharata Thrupni, the blue ocean, yes. It's just whole image is the whole attraction of this image itself is the whole blue ocean, the red house. Yes, it's you can kind of quite close of the red and the green trees. Yes, definitely we have the green trees. Saint Kitts. We're not sure if Saint Kitts, but definitely some island. So
It
yes.
could very well be, Ma. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much for sharing, Ma.
Yes. Thank you once again, all of you. A beautiful sharing, actually. All of you have successfully manifested a beautiful sharing from everyone. And all of you are actually progressing a lot with the third eye power. So once again, thank you. Thank you once again. So now we'll be entering into the next revelations by the Swamiji, which is going to be, before darshan, we had revelation by Swamiji on the Vishuddhi Chakra, the comparison and jealousy. Now we'll be entering into the meditation for the Vishuddhi Chakra. So let's prepare ourselves as let's enter into this meditation.
Now let us enter into the Vishuddhi Chakra. Vishuddhi means which is beyond Shuddhi. Shuddhi means purification. Ashuddhi means impure. Shuddha means which is pure. Ashuddha means which is impure. Vishuddha means which is beyond pure and impurity, which cannot be contaminated at all. The Vishuddhi chakra actually cannot be contaminated. It is always full of energy and life. Only we cover it with some ideas. We try to disturb it. How? How we try to disturb it? How to clear it? We'll see in this session. Jealousy and comparison that locks, disturbs the Vishuddhi chakra. When you are accepting and understanding your own uniqueness, when you are not comparing yourself with others, when you are not jealous about others, this chakra opens. Let us enter into the idea, comparison. What is comparison? Comparing with others, comparing with the neighbors, comparing with the nearby person, comparing with colleague, comparing with brothers, comparing between family people. Let us enter what are all the major aspects which creates or destroys our life. The major things in our life. Money, one thing. Let us go for some more ideas. What are the major things which affects our life? Money, one by one. Money. That is what luxury comes under money. Okay. Health. Okay. Ambition also comes under money. If money is there, position, personality. Under the word personality, all the relationship can be brought. Beauty. See, something tangible which directly affects your lifestyle, your life method. That's what I wanted. Personality, right. Money, right. Education, right. Intellect, attitude, education, all these things come under one category. Intellect. People used to tell that I have no ego at all. The I itself is ego. I have no ego. The first word I is ego. It's a vague word. Directly you can't do anything about ego. I'll explain what is ego. Because this chakra is something to do with ego only. Let us. A direct word ego, people we feel get frightened. If I say that you have to kill the ego or drop the ego, immediately they drop me instead of dropping the ego. So, I don't touch the word ego. I go in a diplomatic way to touch the ego. Because dropping the ego is almost like an operation. It should be done in a diplomatic way. One thing, money. Next, name and fame. Power. Power, name and fame. Everything comes under this title. Name and fame. Beauty. Intellect. In this four major classification, everything else can be put. Money, name and fame, intellect, beauty. This four classification. This four will do. In this four, all the other things, whatever you say, the education, everything can be classified under this four category. These four things are the things which affects a man's life very seriously. Let us enter. What is our status in this four category? Are you a rich man? Are you a poor man? Are you a man of name and fame? You can't say yes or you can't say no. Are you beautiful? Difficult question. Honestly, you have to tell the truth, no other way. Neither you can say yes, nor you can say no. Same way, if you ask somebody, are you intelligent parent? I can't. So when you're in trouble, let us not go for that question. Are you an intellect? If I ask somebody, you can neither say yes nor say no. All these four things which continuously haunts our life, you are almost tortured, killed by these four major subjects, issues. You are continuously mentally tortured. Your whole day is haunted by this four subject. Is it not? Am I right? You are continuously haunted, harassed, disturbed, used by this fourth subject. But you don't know your status in these four subjects. Just open your eyes and see. You are creating your own suffering without having any clear data. If you have a clear data that you have such and such a problem, and if you suffer, okay, we can leave it. All right, you suffer. But you have no clear data, you have no clear concept, you don't have any clarity, but you continuously suffer. Why? Just now you all told, you can neither say I'm a rich man, nor say I'm a poor man. Because there's a big queue. In front of you, thousands of rich people are standing. Behind you, thousands of poor people are standing. It's this side also infinite, and this side also infinite. Same way beauty. This side also infinite, this side also infinite. Where is the scale for beauty? No scale. An intellect. This side also infinite, this side also infinite. Name and fame. Same thing. You are suffering. If your suffering is dependent on reality, if you are suffering because of this mic, if you are suffering because of one sword, then your suffering is what suffering, nothing can be done. We have to remove this, or we have to do something. If you are suffering due to some tangible reason, due to some tangible thing, due to reality, then we can do something about your suffering. We can eradicate, or if we can't eradicate, at least we can leave it. No, it can't, nothing can be done. We have a clear picture whether we can help you or we have to leave you. But here, the reason itself is not clear. You are not suffering because of reality. You are suffering because of comparative reality. This is the key. Be very clear. You are not suffering because of reality. You are suffering because of comparative reality. There are two types of existence. One is positive existence, another one is negative existence. This plant, these flowers, they are existing positively. If you want to remove it, you can remove it. If you want to handle it, you can handle it. If you want to take it and keep it here, you can keep it. But the darkness which is inside the room, that is negatively existing. Can you do something about the darkness? If you want to remove the darkness, can you remove the darkness? Can you handle the darkness? No. Just like a darkness negatively existing, your comparative reality, suffering also, is a negative existence. You can't do anything. If you want to remove the darkness, you have to throw light. Directly you can't do anything with darkness. Just like that. If you want to do something with your Vishuddhi chakra, just throw light. Just understand that you are neither rich man nor poor man. Instead of continuously looking this side, start looking this side. To satisfy yourself, to be direct. I don't say that don't grow. No, grow. Yearn. Do everything. But psychologically be in a freedom. Psychologically don't be tortured. Don't get tortured. If you are continuously tortured, haunted psychologically, your work, your profession will be disturbed. If you are continuously sick psychologically by comparing with others, if a next house person brings AC, your house temperature increases. If he brings AC, your house temperature automatically increases. Why? There's a beautiful song in Tamil. Aduthaathu ambujatha paattheda. Continuous comparison. Continuous jealousy. Continuously we are trying to live others' desire. Mahavir says beautifully in Jain Sutras, when a man comes down to the earth, whatever quantity of food he eats, he is supposed to eat in his life will be sent to the earth. Same way, the Vedanta says, when a man comes to the earth, whatever he has to achieve in this life, the enough energy is sent along with him. If he has to become a collector, enough energy. If he has to become a crorepati, enough energy. Everything is clearly sent along with him. You are given 10,000 rupees and sent to Bangalore to bring 10,000 rupees worthy things. But as soon as you go there, after crossing Dodaballapur, you forget about why you started, with how much money you started, everything. With how much of energy you brought, everything is forgotten. And you make some friends in Bangalore and you see what they are purchasing. Instead of you purchasing only for 10,000, you start purchasing for 20,000 or 25,000, 15,000. Who will pay the 15,000? And start suffering for it. That is what happens when you come down to this earth. You bring enough energy to live your life. What Mahavir says is not a lie or a theory. What he says is an experience. But after coming here, you start comparing with others. Became more greedy. Not only greedy, you change your route. You may have taken birth to become a doctor, but seeing your neighbor is engineer, you tend to that side. You may have taken birth to become a dancer. Seeing your sister is a painter, you try to jump into the painting. So instead of living our own life, we simply shift the center to different life, somebody else's life. Then you don't live your life, you start living somebody else's life. If you live somebody else's life, how do you think that you will have a satisfaction that you have lived? A small story from Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein, the greatest scientist of last century, the greatest truth which is discovered in the last century is done by him, discovered by him, the theory of relativity. This man was about to die. about to die, is in a deathbed. Doctors are told only few days more he will be alive. All his disciples are sitting around him, his scientist disciples. The disciples were asking, Einstein, if God gives you one more birth, how would you like to take birth? What is the birth you wanted? What way you would like to take birth? What you would have told? He told, I should take birth as a plumber. The woodworking plumber. Then scientists, the people have become simply wonderstruck, surprised. They asked, why? What happened? Why are you telling in that way? Einstein says, when I was a small boy, I wanted to become a plumber, a woodworker. In foreign, plumbers do the woodworking. In abroad, they are called wood plumbers. Here only the name is different. People who work with wood and the plumbing, wood plumbing. Anyhow, then these people asked why? What is the reason? Then Einstein replies, when I was small, I want to become a plumber. But when I went to learn the work, when I started learning, some of my master has beaten me. Afraid to get beatings, I ran away from there and went and fell in the hands of scientists. And somehow I became an intellectual and I did all these things. Even though I have everything outside, I have money, name and fame, whatever you call it, all the four things. Even then I have everything. I don't have the satisfaction that I have lived my life. I have found the greatest truth of this century, but my life has become lie. My life is not truth. We should learn something, great lesson from his teaching. What he said, only a real mystic can say. A satisfaction of living, the satisfaction that you have lived, is the essential thing. That's the only gift you can get from life. Whatever else you get from life can be taken away from you. Death will simply take away everything from you. You know, even your body is taken away. Your life is taken away. Only one thing can be left with you. The satisfaction that you have lived your life. If you achieve that from the life, you have achieved whatever can be achieved from the life. If you have not achieved that one thing from life, you have not achieved anything from the life. So even if you die in a platform as an orphan, but if you have the satisfaction that you have lived your life, you will have a peaceful, beautiful death. Otherwise, even if you die in an AC room, in the hospital ICU, top hospitals ICU, no, you will not have the satisfaction that you have lived, your life. A continuous comparison and continuous jealousy changes the root of your life. The negative existence, things which don't exist, haunts you in your life because you are unaware, because you are in low energy. That is what Upanishads say, Maya. Yama iti Maya. Which is not there is Maya. But Maya is the cause for all our problems. Sorrows. Vedanta is saying Maya is the root cause for everything, for all our problems. What is the meaning of the Maya? Yama iti Maya. Which is not there is Maya. How can you be hunted by which is not there? You can be hunted, you can be harassed, you can be nagged. Somebody who is existing, which is already happening, that is different. Somebody who is existing, if they nag you, it's okay. But you are nagged by somebody who is not existing. who is not living, who is Yama, who is not there. How can it happen? This is the way it happens. Which is not there, but which you create. The comparative reality. A continuous comparison with others. Actually, it is not there, which you create, a purely your own creation, your own production. Actually, you produce, but the title you don't want to put your name, you put somebody else's name. You are the producer of your life cinema, but out of politeness, you put somebody else's name, sometimes God's name. Somebody came and asked me, Swamiji, I am full of poverty, what to do? I asked, how many children do you have? 14. Why did you give birth to 14? No, Swamiji, God gave. God gave or you gave? What is happening? He produces and put God's name. I don't think God comes down to earth to produce children. And 14. After 14, he says God gave. What is happening? That is the same thing which we do continuously. We produce everything and put God's name. But God is not going to suffer. God has not come to me. I told, if God gave, let him come to me, I will answer to him. You go. Just trying to escape. You produce, but you put somebody else's name. But that is not the way. That is not going to solve your problems. This chakra is locked by comparison and jealousy. It opens, it gets unlocked by understanding your own uniqueness. Each and everyone is unique. The solution to open this chakra is given in a small story by a Zen Buddhist monk. Once a king came to see a Zen Buddhist master. You can ask, why always kings come to see the masters? Only kings can see masters. Be very clear. If a poor man comes, he may pray to me at the most for some welfare, some money, some of his problems. Only if a man who is already satisfied in the outer world, if he comes, he will ask for a real wealth from me. You go to Albert Einstein and ask, what is the 1 plus 1? You are wasting your time and his time. Surely he is not a Sardaji, so don't bother. You are asking your time and his time. You are wasting. The 1 plus 1, you could have asked any primary school teacher. Just like that. If you come to me and ask for some wealth, for some mundane affairs, of course, I'm going to answer. I'm going to tell, I'm going to give, or I'm going to do. That is different. But a man who is satisfied completely with the outer world, if he comes, a man who knows everything about the basics, if he comes, he can directly argue about theory of relativity. What is meant by E equal to mc square? What is meant by energy and matter? You can discuss all these higher things with Einstein. The same way, if a king, the man who is satisfied with the outer plane, if he comes, he can have directly what I want to give. He can have directly what a life can give really. So the king went to Zen master and asked, Master, what is Buddha? He is asking, what is Buddha's state? What is meant by Buddha's state? Enlightenment. Master beautifully answers. The cypress in the courtyard is Buddha. Cypress means the plant which thani bush. The thani bush is called cypress. The thani bush which is in my courtyard is Buddha. King naturally is not able to understand. He asks, Master, please give some more explanation. And Master says, Do you see just next to the thorny bush, a rose bush is also existing. Both are living nearby continuously for many years. But not even once thorny bush tried to become a rose bush and rose bush tried to become a thorny bush. If it happens in you, you are enlightened. Nothing else is needed. Just accepting yourself and taking the responsibility of your being is enough. If we are thorny bush, oh, so many people are coming near the rose bush and enjoying it, plucking it. The rose bush is so beautiful. I could have become rose bush. If you are a rose bush, oh, so many people are continuously coming and plucking me, torturing me. I could have been thorny bush. Nobody will come and touch me. I am in a safe position. Both the way, the other bank looks greener. A continuous outer vision. This, never that, never even. That is the way this chakra is disturbed. This one story, if you remember, that's enough. The cypress in the courtyard is Buddha because it does not compare itself with others' life. But all our life is haunted, tortured continuously by comparing with others, comparing with sisters, comparing with brothers. So now, how to come out of the comparison? How to come out of the jealousy? Let us explore how to come out of the jealousy. How to come out of the jealousy? Stop comparing. Beautiful solution. If you all can practice, that's enough. Yes, these are all the things to be achieved. How to? Why jealousy comes? What you say is okay. Can you do it immediately as soon as you go out of the room? No, I wanted something direct, practical solution. Drop it. Can you? Beautiful. Then okay, I have no problem. You see, the reason for jealousy, root cause for jealousy is low energy. The low energy. Low energy is the root for jealousy. Because you are not able to achieve, you feel jealous. You tend to compare. You tend to disturb the others. If you can create enough energy in yourself, in your own being, to achieve what you want to achieve, naturally you will not have any disturbance or any problems by comparing or by jealousy. Now we will enter into a great Zen Buddhist meditation technique to create more energy in our being, to throw light on Vishuddhi Chakra. The meditation technique which will activate, which will energize the Vishuddhi Chakra. All these sessions, we are dealing with two things. One is maturity, another one is meditation. Maturity means the jnana, the knowledge how to handle the chakra. Meditation means the energy to handle the chakra. Not only the intelligence, the energy is also needed. Not only you should know how to operate the gear, you should have enough energy in your hand to operate the gears. Then only you can fly. So, for all the chakras, we have dealt how to operate it, how to use it, and we have had meditation technique to have enough energy to operate the chakra. Now, we will enter into the meditation technique This technique is the gift of Tibetan Buddhism, the Zen Buddhism, the Tibetan Zen Buddhist technique. I'll explain the technique. Some of you may be knowing the technique. We will go for practicing after explaining. A deep conscious vibrations, humming should be created in your being. Just sit in a relaxed way. How to sit to balance your being? The Buddhists have taught beautifully. Just squat and put your right leg on the left leg, and as soon as you sit, see that your spinal cord is in a straight line. How to make it in a straight line? You can just close the eye and bend your whole body in front. And if you feel the weight of the body, you will be able to very clearly feel the weight of the body. Slowly push your body backside. Slowly, very slowly, with full awareness. At one point, at certain point, you will feel that your body is weightless. The center of gravity falls in line. The center of gravity of your body, when it is in a straight line, you feel your body weight is less. You feel you are weightless. Just the same way, push your body backside a little bit. Again, bring it slowly with awareness. On particular point, the same point, you again feel that you are weightless. Your center of gravity falls in line. The right and the left. Same way. If you do it, just bend your body with full awareness. Try to trace the weightless point, the less weighted point. You will be able to trace at one point your whole body is weightless. Your center of gravity falls in one line. That is the point where you need to sit. That is your asana. This is the beautiful technique found by Buddhists to sit for a long time. Buddhist monks sit for 10 hours per day. 10 hours they sit for meditation. I don't think 10 minutes any of us can sit in one posture. But with this technique, today also we can sit even for 2-3 hours. The technique is such effective. If you practice, you can sit surely for 10 hours. But today itself, the technique, if you rightly caught the point, verily you can sit even for 2 hours. Because when your center of gravity falls in straight line, you don't feel the weight of the body. Even when you watch TV, when you are in the office, if you sit in this way, you will see your consciousness is not much disturbed. You will be able to do your activities with more energy, with more freedom. Not if you have a knee pain, half of the energy will be locked in the pain. If you have a dental pain, if you have a tooth pain, you will be doing dental meditation instead of transcendental meditation. So, what will you be doing? You will not be able to do whatever you want to do. So this posture will relieve you from the body. First, you will sit and then close the eyes.
Yes. So a powerful and beautiful revelation by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the Vishuddhi Chakra, the comparison, jealousy. And Swamiji has mentioned the meditation. You can always go ahead, find time and practice the meditation. We are at the verge of closing the day. So we'll be closing the day for today's Paramashivoham. It was a wonderful day where Swamiji revealed secret of attracting wealth, creating wealth in our life. Because creating wealth itself is an intrinsic part of our own extension. So all this, with this all powerful cognitions that we receive, let's, with deep gratitude and surrender, let's bow down to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and end the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paduka Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you. Thank you once again, everyone. Nithyanandam.
Gandam.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation,